Imagine you book a table at a highly rated new restaurant. The ambiance is perfect, the waitstaff is incredibly attentive, and the pricing is surprisingly affordable. Every category scores a flawless 5 out of 5. But the chef is plating the food with poison, crashing the food quality score to a red 1 out of 5. Average those 4 categories together, and the restaurant still secures an impressive 4 out of 5 rating. This highlights the danger of relying entirely on a simple average. A standard mathematical equation cannot tell the difference between slightly wobbly chairs and a lethal dose of toxins. Corporate infrastructure projects use this exact same logic to report on their sustainability every single day. Consider a massive new development. It creates thousands of local jobs, earning a perfect score in the people category. It also projects incredible returns, locking in a flawless score for prosperity. But the facility achieves those profit margins by dumping toxic waste into the community watershed, a catastrophic failure in the planet category. Using standard reporting metrics, you can average that toxic runoff against the soaring profits and the job creation. The math hides the hazard, and the project secures a solid 3.6 rating. It looks great on paper. Without a strict structural safeguard, these standard reporting frameworks actively enable severe, localized harm to be greenwashed by unrelated financial or social successes. This matrix outlines the PMI GPM P5 standard. It is a rigorous framework used to measure a project's true impacts across 3 core domains: people, planet, and prosperity. Under this framework, every single element is evaluated on a scale from 1 to 5. A 3 represents a neutral baseline. A 5 is a net positive enhancement. A 1 indicates severe degradation. Those individual element scores roll up. They are averaged into subcategories, which are averaged into domains, and finally into a single overall project score. Because of this deep hierarchy, a severe degradation at the lowest level gets systematically diluted by the time it reaches the executive summary. The P5 standard fixes this loophole with an emergency brake known as the no masking rule. The rule is explicit. If a single element is rated a 1 and remains unmitigated, the entire overall project score is mathematically capped at 3. A massive financial windfall cannot erase a toxic spill. 1,000 new jobs cannot cancel out a human rights violation in the supply chain. A project's worst localized failure sets its definitive limit. Organizations must confront their actual damage instead of burying it under unrelated achievements. Because of the no masking rule, the era of the offset illusion is over. You can no longer buy your way out of a failing grade by simply overperforming in an easier category. This workflow chart details the project management process. When an impact analysis detects a level 1 degradation, the focus immediately shifts away from finding quick wins to boost the score. The team pivots to developing a sustainability management plan and assigning actual remediation work. The project manager must redesign the flawed process, implement hard mitigation controls, or halt the project entirely until the hazard is resolved. True sustainability does not rely on a favorable average. It requires an absolute refusal to accept severe degradation and